Alright, so we have a few of the seat firmers on there. It's got the tube hooked to it, and then once we get our pump on there, we'll run tubes to each row unit, a little check valve that goes on here, and we'll get that hooked up. We had to step off of this job for a little bit, and what we're doing is we're helping these guys put some bushings and the torque rods on the rear end of this 900. Andrew's got all of these put together. They're just waiting to be put on. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark this so we know how the orientation of the pins go in. We're going to punch them pins out with the hydraulic press. Then we're going to weld a bead of weld on the bushings, cool them, and then we'll push the bushings out. So we'll get them marked, and then we'll take you guys over to the press and show you what the marking is and how we're going to push them out, and then what we're going to do with the welder. Okay, so we have this marked so that when we go to put the new bushings in, it'll be blocked correctly. So we have bushing oriented, the pin rather, oriented where it needs to be. So we'll just push the center out of this pin. How we did the last one. The reason why we have to do it this way is because all the bushing, I don't have anything that's exactly that diameter. I do have a piece of thin tubing that I can use to get in there, but that doesn't work as well either. This peg is too long. I can't get that in there. So now I've got to move my thing down, take it so that we can use that pin. guy there. And we'll just turn this guy around. There's that one. Here is one of the pins off of the first one. Now what we'll do is we will weld a bead of weld around the inside of that steel bushing. This is an aluminum arm. So we'll just put a bead of weld, heavy, thick, around, all the way around in that. We'll do that and then we'll show you what it's gonna look like. Alright, so we've got a bead of weld welded around all in there. Gotta be careful here. I talk a little bit, I get a little goofy like, and I got an idiot that thinks I'm doing a fake accent, so that'll be more gooder. So, bead of weld, we'll go ahead and just dip this down in the water. Let that cool off. And then we'll run it on over to the press and we'll press it on out of there. So, this is exactly how we did the other one. So that, of course, the heat has traveled up through that aluminum. And we'll go ahead and grab some new bushings and get them pins and bushings, and we'll get ready to slap them on in there. Okay, so we'll set this guy up on here. This is our pipe that we'll use, and this will wedge itself in there, and what it'll do is it'll hit the weld and then it'll come on out of there. Wedged on in there. I better get my glasses on. So that's went ahead and started to make its way out. This, of course, pushing down. See it right there, and we're not even really putting any pressure on it, maybe a ton. Not even. So out she comes. There's that guy right there. So we'll grab our piece of pipe, set you guys over here. Push this guy back. pushing out with a little more pressure. Alright, we'll retrieve our piece of tubing, our other bushing, and then we've got new parts here. And that's what our new ones look like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean up the inside of this with the just a piece of emery cloth, or a piece of sandpaper rather. Get that all cleaned up, and then we can push our new ones down in there. Alright, we've got these guys started into place. We'll go ahead and push them on down in there. Got Just a little more. Yeah, that's in there pretty good. This fits right over the top of the pin. Alright, new pins with the bushings installed. So Fitzy is over here bolting in this one. Then we'll give him this one and we'll start taking the front ones out. We can be tearing them apart while he is installing this one. See if that's cocked right. You like working on in there, boy? Oh, yeah. Yeah? Oh, boy. Alright, so why don't you pull that block of wood out. We'll take and work on that front one. We'll get them out and then I can start. We'll just do one at a time. Right. Then you won't have to muscle it so much.
Yeah, those are tight. So.
The front ones are tight? Okay. So this front axle, let's see, what is this, AG 460?
Yeah.
So
this is 460.
This is almost as good as the airway that's in the C5.
New way.
New way. But it's not, it's almost as good as the new way, but probably better than the Freightliner. I don't know, what do you think? You think it's better than the Freightliner?
Oh yeah.
Better suspension?
Yeah.
Alright, so you can see that there's some sloppage in that one bushing there. And we might as well go ahead and tear it all out of there. Yeah. Alright.
This is loose, by the way.
I see that. Yeah. Let's pull that cap off and get in now. Alright, so we'll try the big impact in there. Alright, so we have both rear torque arms done. Now we're working on the front drive axle. And this is the one off of the right side. And this one here is probably in the worst shape. So we'll do the same thing. We'll push the pins right out of the bushings, weld the bushing so that we can drive it out. Fitzy's putting the left one in on the rear, while we're working on the front. So we'll just push this out. We'll show you how easy this pushes out, or we'll share with you how easy this pushes out. At least I'm suspecting that it's going to push out easy. May not. I probably need to crank my table up a little bit. But alright, that one did come out fairly easy. And there's that one. So, same drill. Weld the inside. Push it out. Push the new ones in. Alright, so it is now Sunday morning. We worked a little while here on it last night. And then we had to shut it down. So we've got the pins and bushings into this fourth arm, and last night we would have had this done if we hadn't had a problem with getting the lower bolt out that holds the torque arm to the frame. That bottom hole there, we had to heat that up quite a bit. I do have one air line going to that valve, that 5/8 air line that crosses over. I've got to replace that. So we're going to replace that, and then we're going to go ahead and get this torque arm in there. And Jared has about got the Treadle valve in place. Sarah ended up polishing the HUD. Got her polished up pretty good, huh? You gonna do the Sterling next? No? You only do good trucks and good tractors, right? Yeah, yeah. So, this was, I don't know if you call it faded, but man, it was like charcoal, wasn't it? The top of the hood.
Yeah, it looked great.
We thought the top of the hood was gone, but she's got that to come back.
Yeah, I don't know what.
A couple of chips or something on there. However, we got a problem with the red. I don't know if that's the fiberglass coming out or if it's just the paint. This paint here wasn't as expensive as the paint that we used on the C5, truck 18, and so on. But that's shining really well. What'd you do? The door? I see the same thing. on this fender here. Of course, you know what? That is typical of red paint. That is a Case International tractor right there.
More. Come on, more.
I did.
Just at least it didn't turn pink like a Case International, right?
It was pink before I did it.
Yeah. So, and then we had a problem with the hood right here, flex crack or something. I bought this truck back in 2000. This is just that panel, that 3M product, panel bonding adhesive. We put that on there, it stopped the crack. We see we got another one right here. And there has been some work done to this hood. The previous owner must have walloped something with it on this side. Sarah has also done this door, and yeah, looks pretty good, doesn't it, bub? Huh? Yeah. So we're gonna get our airline replaced, get this torque arm on there. Jared's got this frickin' Treadle valve just about in there. That is a piece on the floor that your brake pedal hooks to. And it is a mongrel to do. About the hardest part is getting the air lines to hook up to it. Everything is well confined, isn't it, bub? Oh, you got a new pedal came with it or no?
Yeah.
It didn't come with a rubber though?
No.
No. Huh.
You got
Alright.
big pry bar around here?
Alright, we've got our airline replaced. All 8 bushings done and the 4 torque rods. This air hose, we were torching that bolt off last night. And a little hot booger landed on this hose and it melted a little tiny hole in it. So Jared's airing this up, and then we should be able to pull this on out of here and he can get this hooked on the tanker. But we'll kind of show you what this hood looks like. Put it down, it is nice and shiny. I'm sure he's got everything out from underneath this there. Yeah, that looks real good. Other than the fade spots on the top here, and this here should be painted as well. But yeah, that looks pretty good. So that is going to do it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will catch you at the next one. We're going to go back to working on this corn planter here. All right. What do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know? Got spreaders hooked up? No?